Mexican, dame pesos. Get your sons on the play stores. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause I like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give it back. My bad when the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ay. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Here's Prater now set to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready? Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Check back. Watch the eye. Squeeze. Switch.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass.
Now Murray throwing on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fitzgerald. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check 4.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devon Kennard with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Well, for these two franchises, the Lions and the Cardinals, it all began back on a Sunday in October of 1930 when the Chicago Cardinals visited Portsmouth, Ohio to play a scoreless game against the hometown Portsmouth Spartans in front of 6,500 fans. 4 years later, the Portsmouth Spartans would move to Detroit. But anyways, 90s under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by Terrell Suggs.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Stafford on 1st down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
180.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down at Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
At the Cardinals' 1-yard line.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third and goal. They come out here in the eye. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down. It's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Sua Craven's up to make the stop. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On the ground, this is Johnson. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Murray. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They give to Johnson going right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Tight dog, tight dog, tight. Match box. Right.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Hey, Red.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Doing with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now it's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Clinton McDonald in there to drop him. It sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Monday. 43 the month, boy, 43.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. He hits White, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and now it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. And he's got Gresham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 4th. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. On 2nd down, here's Murray. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Charles Clay, as the first half is winding down, and the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on first down. Grant. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford, pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It's a sack for Mitch Unrein.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chandler Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's Grant. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them...
David Johnson on his way, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big run there by Johnson, 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
We take a win. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Pick it up.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. On first down, it's Grant. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Stafford. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford. A 4-yard touchdown scamper as his guys are back within a single score. So on 3rd down, they dialed up the draw play. It worked. Got him in the end zone.
As one of our colleagues likes to say, calling the draw, everyone wants to yell all the time when the draw doesn't work, like what kind of play call was that? But it takes a little bit of fortitude to do that, and because you may catch them with the element of surprise and hit it, and in this case, they hit it for pay dirt.
Johnson, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Touchdown. You got juice, son. He took you to school.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. After the interception, here's Stanford. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
He's got him in, complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 64 yards. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Now Johnson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go to Johnson again. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, we got 3.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now it's Stafford. On the left side, a catch by White. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
And the Lions first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They will run with Grant. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. 36-yard line.
Hey, 5-0!
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 50!
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This from long, very long range. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So